You ever seen a man fish with no hook? That's what most of these so-called mentors are doing. They ain't trying to teach you. They just trying to throw the bait. See, when I first started, long before smartphones, long before flashy ads, you either knew how to trade or you didn't eat. That was it. Nowadays, you've got 19-year-olds in suits telling you they made 10 grand this morning and they want you to buy a $299 course so you can too. But here's the truth, no one's saying loud. The more you trade, the more money the broker makes. Simple. Every time you click that button, buy, sell, win, lose, it don't matter. They collect their fee. Spread, commission, slippage, call it what you want. And here's where it gets dirty. Some of these brokers, they pay the mentors, not always directly, but enough to keep the lie alive. The lie that this is easy, that you can flip $100 into $10,000 by Friday. That mindset is everything. No, mindset ain't everything. Skill is, practice is, patience is, but that doesn't sell as fast. So the mentors keep smiling, keep posting wins, keep skipping the losses. You think they trade full-time. Most of them don't even trade at all. They're marketers. They sell dreams in exchange for your attention. And guess who loves it? The brokers. Because when you blow your account, you reload. And every reload, that's more profit. For them, not you. Let me tell you a story. Back in 2006, I watched a young man, sharp kid, real quiet, turn $5,000 into $60,000 in 4 months. I asked him, "You thinking about teaching?" He said, "No, sir, I barely survived." That kid made it. He didn't sell a course, didn't build a Telegram, didn't start a Discord. He vanished. Because real traders disappear when they finally win. They don't need attention. So next time someone tells you they're mentoring because they love helping traders, ask them, would you still help if there was no broker referral link? Most would vanish like smoke. That's your answer. You ever walk into a casino and the dealer tells you how to win? No? Exactly. That's what these mentors are trying to do. But not really. They act like they're teaching, but what they're doing is keeping you inside the casino longer. You gotta understand this. Brokers don't want you to win. Not because they're evil. It's business. And business needs traffic. Mentors are traffic generators. They post profits, flex cars, and give you 3-minute pep talks so you stay hopeful, so you stay in the system. Hope is profitable. And you become a statistic on their back-end dashboard. They know how long the average trader survives. They know when you're most likely to deposit again. They got data for breakfast. And here's the dangerous part. Some mentors get rebates. What's that? It's money. Given by the broker for every trade their students take. Even if you lose. Especially if you lose. So if 100 students take 10 trades each, that mentor gets paid. Automatically. Quietly. The more you lose, the more he gains. And you call him coach. He ain't coaching. He's cashing in. Real mentors, they warn you. They don't bait you. They tell you this game can destroy your peace, that you'll doubt yourself, that you'll cry sometimes, that you'll walk away from the screen and feel like a failure. They don't call that motivation. They call it real. But real doesn't get clicks. Real doesn't go viral. Fake does. Flash does. Fiction sells. And that's what these broker-fed mentors feed you. Fiction with a side of dopamine. I know this world. I've sat at both tables. The winner's table. And the one where traders go broke with a smile. Don't let someone profit off your confusion. Let me tell you something most won't say out loud. Trading is boring. That's right, the truth. It's slow, it's repetitive, it's lonely. No music, no hype, no champagne. But have you seen how mentors present it? Every reel is noise, every post is dopamine. They sell excitement because boredom doesn't get clicks. But listen to me carefully. Real traders are bored most days. Why? Because they wait. They sit on their hands. They watch candles form and reject setups all day long. Some days, they don't click a single button. and no mentor wants to film that. They can't monetize stillness, so they fake motion. And guess who pays the price? You do. Because you think you're doing something wrong when you're not trading. You think waiting means you're behind. But that's a trick. You're being conditioned to associate activity with progress. And that's where brokers win. Because the more trades you take, the more spreads and commissions they collect. And guess who taught you that activity? Your mentor. The one flashing screenshots of entries every hour. The one telling you to stay active, hunt, and push harder. You don't need more aggression. You need more patience. You need to learn how to sit still, like the veterans do, like the ones who've lasted 10 years. Ask them how often they trade. They'll smile. They'll say, only when it's worth it. But no one's selling that strategy on Instagram. Because wait more doesn't sell. Trade less doesn't trend. So what do mentors do? They sell noise. You want success? Start unlearning what mentors taught you and learn the one habit that matters most. Discipline to do nothing until the candle tells you it's time. Let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever seen a mentor blow an account live? No? That's strange, huh? Because even good traders lose. Even professionals take hits. But somehow your favorite mentor's chart always ends in profit. Every entry is perfect. Every exit is perfect. No fear, no hesitation, no drawdown. Sounds too clean? That's 'cause it is. Let me tell you a secret, kid. Brokers don't pay for honesty. They pay for performance. They pay for attraction. They pay for traffic. You think they sponsor traders who show losses? Nah, they want mentors who make it look easy. They want traders who inspire impulse, because impulse is deposit, and deposit revenue. Simple math. So the mentor plays a role. He becomes a character, smiling, confident, risking 50 lots on a demo. And you sit there thinking, damn, maybe I should try this too. See how it works. He's not selling mentorship. He's selling hope. He's selling the illusion of mastery. But here's the problem. Hope makes you skip the process. Hope makes you think skill can be copied. And that's the trap. Because every second you're chasing shortcuts, you're drifting further from mastery. Let me give it to you straight. If someone's never shown you their tax returns, withdrawals, brokerage statements, and live track record over a year, they're not your mentor. They're a brand, a poster, a puppet, held by the broker's string. And the moment you realize this, you stop being their customer and start becoming a trader. You know what's funny? Most traders don't know who the real customer is. They think it's them. But nah, not really. You're not the client. You're the product. Let me explain. Brokers don't need you to be consistent. They just need you to stay active. Win? Great. Lose? Even better. Because every trade you take, they get paid. Now here's where it gets smart. They don't approach you directly. That'd be too obvious. So what do? They find influencers. Big pages, flashy lifestyles, Lambo thumbnails. Then they hand them a deal. Promote this link, push this bonus, say this strategy works. And for every new trader that signs up, boom, commission drops, like candy from a machine. And the mentor, he ain't lying. He's just not telling the full story. He won't tell you. The spreads widen during news. The slippage on your stop loss ain't normal. The platform freezes when liquidity disappears. Nope. He just posts wins. Maybe shows a $500 funded account and flexes it like it's a $50K Rolex. Now hear me. If your mentor earns more from referrals than his trades, you already know who he's working for. It's not you. It's not the truth. It's the broker. So next time you see someone selling a course, ask yourself, is he teaching me the game or keeping me in it? Because one builds traders, the other builds revenue streams. Let me tell you what I saw in 2011. A small-time mentor, barely profitable, barely. But he had charisma, could talk slick, knew how to post screenshots. A broker spotted him, didn't care if he could trade. They cared if he could recruit. So they offered him a deal. Every person who signs up with your link will pay you $400. That man never looked back. He started running free Telegram signals, started promising 13RR on every trade, started saying things like, fund your account with $100 today, flip it to $1,000 in a week. People believed him. Why? Because hope sells. Desperation sells even better. He wasn't teaching anymore. He was funneling traffic, and he wasn't alone. It became a model. Mentor gets traffic. Broker gets clients. Both get rich. Trader gets smoked. Simple, efficient, deadly. Here's the value. If someone's main goal is to grow their community, but not your skills, that's a red flag. A real mentor, he pushes you away from the screen, tells you to stop overtrading. He says, don't trade NFP unless you're experienced. He says, risk only 0.5%. Don't touch leverage till you understand liquidity. But a marketer mentor, he says, just copy my trades. Use this link for 1:1,000 leverage. Deposit today, bonus ends tomorrow. It's psychological warfare, and they're winning. So next time someone DMs you, yo bro, you want to make money, remember, they don't want you rich, they want you hooked. Back in 2021, a trader walked into my office. Young lad, full of fire, said he wanted to go full-time. I asked him, where'd you learn? He said, some guy on Instagram. He has Lambos. He teaches on Zoom. I raised my brow. How much you pay him? $999. He said proudly, but he promised I'll double my account in 3 weeks. I didn't laugh. I pitied him because I knew what was happening behind the curtains. That mentor, he wasn't a trader. He was a broker introducer. Let me explain this to you like you're 12. Some mentors partner with brokers. The broker says, send us traders. We'll pay you every time they place a trade. Not win, not profit, just trade. So the mentor's job, keep you clicking buttons. Even if you lose, even if you burn accounts, the more trades you take, the more they get paid. It's like feeding coins into a broken arcade game. You're the player, they're the machine. And the value today, right here, when you can't trust someone who profits more from your trades than their own. Ask them, show me a withdrawal from trading, show me a funded account, show me your broker payout, not from referrals. If they dodge the question, you have your answer. Let me give it to you straight. Not all mentors are snakes, but some of them, they got fangs dipped in affiliate links. You'll never learn the truth if you don't question their motive. You want to learn trading. Learn from experience, not excitement. You ever see a magician, how he waves one hand and the other hand is doing the trick? That's what most mentors do. They wave the hand with the flashy charts, while the real money comes from broker commissions. Here's how it works. The mentor gets you hyped. He says, you can trade from a beach. He says, I made $3,000 while eating cereal. You believe it. You click his broker link. You deposit $200. You blow it. You deposit again. And again, you think you're failing, but he is winning, because every time you lose, he gets paid. Now listen closely to this. The broker doesn't care if you lose. They care if you trade a lot. They're like casinos. They make money on every spin, win or lose. So what do mentors do? They don't teach risk management. They don't talk about patience. They don't teach you to walk away. They want you glued to the screen, taking 30 trades a day, feeling like you're doing something, but you're not. You're just burning energy. They don't want you to be a trader. They want you to be active. They want you to feed the broker. Here's the truth. Trading is slow, boring, and most times, nothing happens. But they can't sell that. They can't make TikToks about doing nothing for 6 hours. So they lie. They dress it up. They turn this serious game into a slot machine. And you're the coin. Protect yourself. Ask, am I learning trading or am I learning addiction? If the content makes you feel high, it's not teaching, it's marketing. Let me tell you something they don't want you to know. Some of these mentors, they never made their money trading. Not once. They made their money talking about trading. Big difference. You ever meet a coach who never played the game? Yeah, he reads a few books, memorizes the lingo, buys views, fakes withdrawals. Next thing you know, he's on YouTube with a rented car saying Forex changed my life. And he's not lying, because it did. Not the way you think though. Not through trades, but through traffic. He's got a funnel. You click. You land on a broker site. He gets paid per sign-up, not per success. There's no reward for your growth, only your clicks. You ever wonder why so many mentors promote unknown brokers? It ain't because they're better. It's because those shady brokers pay higher commissions, some up to $600 per person. Think about that. Why would a broker pay $600 for you? You're not worth that, unless you lose more than that. They know you'll blow accounts. They know you'll reload. And the mentor knows it too. This ain't education. It's a pipeline, a conveyor belt. Mentor and row broker, your deposit, their paycheck. You're not joining a course. You're entering a system. Here's the sad part. Many of them started with good intentions, but once they saw the money in affiliate deals, they switched lanes. And now, they don't care about risk. They care about reach. It's no longer about becoming a trader. It's about building a brand. If you're serious, stop watching who looks rich. Start watching who lasts. Most loud mentors disappear after 2 years. You want to win? Learn from the quiet ones, the ones who don't sell dreams, the ones still around after 10 winters, because trading ain't a trend, it's a test, and most mentors fail it. Let me take you behind the curtain. You know what most of these so-called mentors never talk about? Drawdowns. You never see the days they lose 7 trades in a row. You never hear them cry over a blown $2,000 account because they don't trade like you. They don't even trade live. They backtest a setup 100 times, pick the one day it worked, and then say, see, this was my plan all along. Lies dressed in suits. You know what's worse? Some of them fabricate their MetaTrader screenshots. Fake profit, fake balance, fake equity. There's software for it now. Mentors became magicians. They show you the bird in their hand, but hide the trap behind the curtain. And you want to believe it's possible. That's the most dangerous thing. Your hope is their currency. They feed off your hunger, not your results. Look, I'm not mad at people making money. I'm mad at how they make it. When someone pretends to be profitable just to get you to deposit into a broker account they're partnered with, that's not mentorship, that's manipulation. And here's the twist. Even the brokers know most traders lose. That's why they encourage these mentors, because every sign-up is just a candle waiting to be extinguished. They don't want you to learn real risk management. They don't want you to understand liquidity, because if you become smart, you stop losing. And if you stop losing, they stop earning. So what's the fix? You stop chasing strategies. Start building systems. Risk less. Journal everything. Don't touch leverage until you've earned it. And most importantly, don't worship anyone, because in this game, the louder the mentor, the emptier the account. You want to win. Be boring. Be precise. Be alone if you have to. That's the trader who survives. And that's the trader the brokers hate.